there's the mountain in front of us. It's about 5 o'clock in the morning. As you can see, it's already super light out. It gets light at like 4:30, 4:45 here. But there's a lot of snow on it. I'm exhausted though. I might take a little 20-minute nap in the car before I start. Looks like we're getting up out of the forest here, so there's a good view of your mountain right in front of us there. Check in on the hike. Good morning. We are starting Mount St Helens. I got here at 5:30, but I was really tired, so I slept in the car for almost an hour. And now it's 6:42, and I'm starting. So, a little later than I wanted to start, but I'm hoping I should still be okay. Get back in plenty of time before my flight. As you can see, the trail is snowy. I do have micro spikes on. I've never worn them before, so we'll see how they work. I didn't bring the ice axe. I guess there's a lot of glissading to do. It just doesn't really strap on well to this pack, and I'm sure I could still glissade some without it if I wanted to. So yeah, I'm guessing we're not going to be able to see much until we get out of the forest, so I will check in higher up. So we are starting to climb steeper now. I'm not sure exactly where we're going or where the summit is per se. Is that the summit right in front of us? For some reason I thought it should be higher. Maybe we go over and then go up this ridge, but I am maybe a mile and a half in. I wore a long sleeve from the trailhead because it was sort of cool. Immediately just got really hot, so I took it off a little while back. It's really warm out already. But look to be some interesting lines down that snow. That would be a sketchy glissade. So I wonder who's doing that. I also wonder where this trail is going. I see footprints, so that's what I'm following. I don't see any people in front of me. So I'm gonna check the route here, but I'll check in higher up. Okay, so I was totally wrong. I'm going up this ridge right here, and I can see people up there. So this is where it's gonna start to get steep. The snow isn't completely hard. It's not also completely slushy, but I have a feeling like this is gonna be slow going walking up this, so when I get up higher I'll check in. Well, we've come up pretty far from the trees down there very quickly, up a mixture of snow and rock, and now you can see these long glissade chutes, which some of them look like I could do without my axe. Some of them look a little too steep and sketchy. It's easier to walk up on the dirt and the rock here for me, so I am sticking to that when I can. When the snow has good footprints, it's good, but sometimes it doesn't. You start slipping, so I don't mind walking on dirt and rock. So I think the true summit is emerging up there. There's probably the crater, not that point, which, you know, I didn't think that was. But I've been passing a lot of people. So for Tuesday morning, there are quite a lot of people on this trail. I've passed about 20 people going up, and I started at 6:42 a.m. I've also passed a couple people that are going down already. So who knows when they started. But parking lot was super crowded. I didn't realize that was this was that crowded of a place. I can't say it's ever really been on my list to go do or to see. But I'll keep going up, check in a little bit. Just working our way up. We've been on this rock fin. I took the spikes off. I don't know why some people are taking the snow. It seems much easier to walk on the rocks, but they have these posts to mark the way. It just sucks because it's a little sandy and loose. Sometimes you're sliding. I actually took a spill, cut my hand up a little bit, but that's par for the course. So we're getting up there though. Check in higher up. So we are coming up. It's turned into, on the map it says boulder field. I wouldn't call it a boulder field because you can see there's like some actual sandy areas to walk, but it's a big rocky ridge that you're just heading up. I put the camera away because it's easier to use my hands on here, especially like now. But I'm gonna need to start stepping on the rocks. Although looks like maybe there's, we should be okay holding the camera. Whoa. Of course, some of this rock is loose as well. Need to be careful with this camera in my hand where I step. When I have my hand, both hands, this is really easy to move quickly and efficiently through. When I have one hand, it's a little more difficult. You can see here, so there was sort of like a sandy path that weaves its way up that I could have taken. Yeah, I passed a group of 4 or 5 guys that were on the way down. They said they left at 1:30 in the morning. So I guess a lot of people do this all days of the week, which is interesting. Probably gonna put this away at the next post. Oh, looks like you have a view up there of, I guess, the crater, or maybe it's beyond, you know, up there. We still have, I think, like another 1,000 feet to gain, so I'm gonna put this away. It's starting to get windy too, but I'll check in at the top. I am up above the rocks. I'm in this sort of ash trail field. It's not the funnest to walk up because it's like sand, and the wind, although not super bad now, was very strong earlier. There's Mount Hood out there, I believe, unless that's Jefferson. Yeah, no, that should be Hood. I'm just working my way up this ashy slope. I don't think I have too much more left. I might have 500 more feet or so to gain, I think. So not too bad. Things slowed down significantly when I hit this ash. I was on pace to get up in 2 hours. I think it's gonna end up being like 2:15. Still not bad for 4,500 feet. With all this ash and all those boulders. So, this will be easy to go down. Just slide down like it's a sand dune. I'll check in at the top. Should be another 10 minutes or so. Great view of Mount Adams out there. So I think that's finally the crater rim up ahead. I think now it's probably 500 feet. So back last video, probably had 700 or 800 feet. So it's slow walking in this stuff, but it won't be that long before I'm up there. Surprisingly, it's like all on rock and ash. I thought I have to walk up snow, but you can see the big glissade lines in the snow. So I'm not sure if I can easily do that without my ice axe to break. But that would save a lot of time. So, all right, I'm not gonna check in until the top. We are up on the crater rim. You can see Mount Rainier out there. Mount Adams out there. This is pretty impressive. The true summit is over. Now you can see that point in the distance, I believe. I think it's a pretty easy traverse. Gotta watch out to not get too close to the edge, I guess. So we got up on the crater rim a while ago, up over there, and then I started coming over here because I was gonna go to the true summit, which I think is there. It doesn't look too well. It does look a little sketchy, but I think you're actually on rock and dirt, and not on the cornices that could collapse on the edge. So you can see super steep drop off into the crater, but great view of Mount Rainier out there. And I guess that is a big lake in the middle of the crater. I'm not sure what that is, what that's called, but or maybe that's down low and not even really part. I guess that not even really, you can see the crater rim, and then it broke, I guess, where the eruption is. But the wind died down a little bit, but it's beautiful out here. The views are actually better from where I came up because you can see Adams over to the other side. But there's Mount Hood out there. So yeah, I don't even think I'm gonna go to the true summit. It's just a basic walk. And I am somewhat pressed on time. I have to get back to return my gear, and then I have a flight to catch, and I have a couple hours of driving as well. You can see, I don't know if you can see down there, I'm trying to find it with my finger. There's like steam coming out around there. So that's cool. But yeah, very impressive. Not a real hard hike. Got a lot of steep sections going up rock and ash and everything, but overall it took me about 225 to get up, 220 or 225 to get up to the crater rim. So nothing too impressive. But yeah, it's gorgeous up here. So I'm gonna take a couple pictures, and then I'll probably hightail it down. I can probably move down pretty quickly, so that'll be it for the recording there. Actually, I'll go back when I go over there to show you Adams too. So there is Mount Adams, and of course there's Rainier. So you can get them both in a good picture. This is overhanging snow, so I don't want to get too close, but it's just a different view from the crater. This is where you came up. And then there's the way down that ridge. So, and there's Mount Hood out there. Can't see. Oh yeah, I guess you can. I can't see it on the screen, but you can see Hood out there, sort of the center. But then to the right further is Mount Jefferson, which I can see with the naked eye. But yeah, Adams looks very impressive. I'm definitely going to come back and do that. So that's it. I'm going to stop videoing. I got to hightail it down.